Hi, I'm Delena, and I've always wanted to do van life, and here is how I completely messed it all up. Let's go. You want to see? So in 2025, I used all of the money that I made in 2024 to buy a vintage camper van off of Facebook Marketplace from strangers who lived in a state that I could not reasonably drive to. So I flew there, bought a vintage camper van that was 30 years old, and then I drove it 7 hours back to my home state. And then I upended my life, turned my entire room upside down, trying to make everything fit into this camper van, and then I drove it across the country to live in a completely different state. The plan was simple: buy a vintage camper van, deck it out with all the amenities necessary to live in it full time, liberate myself from the Zillow listings, apartment hunting, monthly rent, deposits, and move to California and just start living the dream. The dream being making music and art and not having to worry about, paying for rent and stuff. But as you can see, the Zillow demons never leave. They never leave. They never leave. They never leave. I had a foolproof plan. It was all laid out. Buy a camper van. Check. Fly to a different state and then drive it 7 hours back home and realize how much I was going to have to spend in gas for this van. Check. Somehow fit my very extensive wardrobe into 2 drawers in the camper van. Check. Kind of. Yikes. Solar panels, batteries, mini fridge, kitchenware, bedding, camping toilet, boyfriend. Check, and check. Convince parents I'm not crazy, and then boom, set out on an adventure of a lifetime. Now, I really was planning to live in this thing. No apartment and then take it out on the weekends. That was not going to be it for me. It was going to be full time in this van. And yes, that was very scary for me. I'd never done anything like that. Kind of. I did drive to Maine. There's a whole video about it. I slept in my car and stuff. And that was the first time I had ever car camped. But this thing was really decked out. It had basically everything you needed to live other than plumbing. But it still had a little bit of running water and a sink. But yeah, you probably I would have to shower somewhere. I think that was the biggest thing. And using a camping toilet every day is not the best deal. But those things were kind of on the back burner of my list because I thought that I was going to be living somewhere kind of urban to where I can just, drive to different places and use the bathroom and, Planet Fitness membership shower, basically, which did happen on the way. So, I got to use that. I got to fulfill that dream of Planet Fitness showers, which I didn't know was a dream of mine. There's so many things you learn about yourself when you live in a van. It's crazy. So yes, me and my boyfriend had to fit our entire lives, or what we could take with us, into this vintage camper van, which, it did have a lot of storage. It did have a lot of storage. I mean, it did. You're going to see a little tour that my boyfriend did, and you can see there's a bunch of storage where the overhead bed used to be. It was not a bed anymore. It was just a storage place. You have no idea how many times I went through those clothes, just trying to get it to fit.
Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Dion, back at it again with another video. This time touring through my crib for the next week and a half or so. So, enjoy. So here she is. Her name is Shelly. Inherited from a previous owner. Want to let her still take some rides out on the road. Backup camera we installed there. Most of the decoration, both inside and outside, done by Delena. So this is the door to step into the main cabin. We got the mini fridge with the tooth magnets. We got these postcards and this going on. We got this stuff and this going on. You got this sink going on that's hooked up to, 6-gallon water things. We got 2 things of those. And then this good for wastewater. And then we got these going on. And then if you open it up, we got a whole bunch of like duffel bags.
So in my van.
And then if you go over here, we have like the emergency toilet going on.
Can anybody hear me?
And then that's obviously where the driver drives. That's where the passenger passages.
Hey!
This is the big battery that you can connect up to the solar panel. And what you can use that for the mini fridge. And the air fryer / toaster. And the hot plate.
No,
What? What is it?
I've been here the whole time. I've been trying to talk to you. You can't even see me.
I'm in the middle of a tour right now. We also got this
this
TV
is my TV.
going.
I could help you. This is my TV.
And then if you go in here, we got consoles, some books, a D&D book back there.
Yeah, in the shelf that I let you.
Backpack with my
in the shelf that I let
computer
you use.
Can you open that cabinet back there?
This cabinet?
Yeah.
This is my cabinet.
Oh,
that's my books.
That.
What do you mean?
And then this is the bed.
This is my bed.
Stuff is going on.
These are my stuff.
Just the light. We also got the string lights going on.
Yeah, I hung those up.
And yeah, that's pretty much it. So
Bro.
Make sure you holler that follow button for more crazy action on the road. And I'm gonna eat this sandwich I made now.
Hey, one of those is mine.
Hey, you know what it is. Anyways, see you guys.
Wow.
Bye-bye.
So if you don't know, Alabama is one of the states that is closest to a rainforest climate, if that makes sense. Very, very humid, very green, lots of forests. I think I saw somewhere that Alabama is 70% forest. If that gives you any visual of what my daily surroundings were like. Not many mountains, there's a couple, but the elevation is at most 3,000 feet. I don't even know. I'll actually Mount Cheehaw, I think, is our tallest mountain, and it's not even that tall. I've been to the beach, but I haven't been to a desert, and there's just so many things that you drive through. If you drive from Alabama to California, there's so many different climates that you drive through that I've never seen. Never. It's actually crazy. And even when I look back at the videos, I'm that looks crazy. I was there. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that. It's actually really cool, and I really like it. And I love just visiting these places that the desert. I've never been to the desert. It was crazy cool. I mean, we drove through just all these different mountain ranges and deserts, and the places that we just would stop, and I would look at the camper van against this backdrop of scenery that I'd never seen before. It was incredible, and I would say it was totally worth it. Totally worth it. Totally worth all the troubles that I didn't know were coming. When you drive from Alabama to California, you're going to drive a long time through Texas, right through Texas for a long time. And one of my friends actually lives in Texas right now, and so I thought, great, it'll be a great opportunity to see her. Well, we stopped in this Texan town, and then we spent the night there. The next morning, when we go to leave, I couldn't steer the car. I couldn't steer the car. Why couldn't I steer the car? The serpentine belt, I don't even know what it's called. Every time I say mechanical words, I start talking like a southern mechanic, because that's the only reference to mechanics that I have, is just my dad and another guy that's really southern. So the serpentine belt, I think it was called the serpentine belt. Anyways, there's a belt that helps you steer, and it fell off, and they couldn't find a way. They could put it back on, but they couldn't find a way to keep it tight, because there was a bolt that just went missing, and the bolt shape was really weird, and they didn't have a bolt just like it. So they had to find a bolt, and it took a long time. So we were at this mechanic for I don't know, 5 hours maybe. It was luckily it wasn't that bad. We weren't stuck there for days or anything. We weren't stranded. But yeah, we did have to wait a little while, and I had to drive it a mile down the road with no steering power. It was straight. It was straight. It was straight these guns, babes. Straight these guns. Hold on. Straight those. turning this thing. No steering power. Have you ever tried to steer a car that has no steering power? It's hard. It's really hard. I don't want to do it ever again. Anyways, people were honking, just throwing me fingers. I just had to be like, sorry, I can't steer. I was taking the widest turns known to man. It was pretty crazy. Anyways, so we got that fixed. That was the first like hiccup, I would say. From home to Texas, we were good though. And so then I was like, this is so amazing, because this is like a 30-year-old van. You don't know exactly if everything's gonna, hold up and stuff. But yeah, so just getting from Alabama to Texas, which is like, I don't know, 9-10 hours alone, was like, that was like, good news. If you're wondering like where we stopped and where we slept, it was mostly like Love's gas station, like Love's truck stops, gas stations, and a little bit of dispersed camping. We did not pay a single time that we stopped, and you should not pay a single time. If you're gonna do van life, I think you shouldn't pay. If you need like power and stuff, like maybe, but we had like a battery, and like if we just charged up the battery during the day wherever we were going, and then we just used the battery like, in the evening to nighttime, and like just like disperse it, whatever, then yeah, we didn't have to pay for any camping that we did, and it was pretty incredible because we did not want to do that, obviously, because that's just more money, and the gas was already a lot. But yeah, so basically our main expenses were gas and food, and we had like a way to cook food, so we were lucky enough to like be able to buy cheap food and not always do like fast food or eating out like every meal or anything like that, which was really nice. And it was also really fun to cook in a van. I don't know why, but it's just like really cool. And also to be like at a random rest area, and like you're just like picnicking. It's like really fun and cool, and you should try it. But yeah, so like luckily we got past our first hiccup. I was able to steer the van again, and the mechanics were really nice, and he gave us a discount and all this stuff. So luckily I was like, thank God. And I was like praying this was our only car trouble, because yeah, I spent all my money on the van to just have it. So fixing it was like a whole nother thing that like, obviously, yes, I should have budgeted for, and I kind of did, but like I kind of like I just didn't have that much money. So can't budget for what you don't have. Like I always say, that's my saying, can't budget for what you don't have. That's just something I like to say. It's so stupid. But I mean, the views from like Texas on were just incredible. I mean, these incredible rock formations in like Utah and Nevada and New Mexico and Arizona were just incredible. Like I'd never seen things like that, where it's like just like completely like plain, and then just these huge rock formations in the middle of nowhere. Like I don't even understand how the earth does that. It's like somebody's underneath the earth like a big creature, and they like just start poking like bloop bloop, one there bloop, like out from the under the crust of the earth. He has like big fingers, like big fingers. You know what I mean? It's actually really, really cool. I loved it, and I can't wait to go back one day. My favorite spot was the Valley of the Gods in Utah. It was like this crazy red sand where you felt like you were on Mars, and there was these crazy rock formations, like so many unique rock formations just surrounding you. And I took a little bit of a video there, so here is that video. We're out here in the Valley of the Gods. Look, the moon is still out, and look how pretty it is. It's freezing cold though. It looks like it's hot. It's cold. I got mittens on. Tell me how that works. The sun is shining. Oh, actually it's warming up. I just felt like the sun on my back, and it actually warmed up. Wow, do I look like I'm glowing? No worries, just me in the Valley of the Gods. One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. He got the certified, what was that guy's name? Not Buzz.
Neil Armstrong.
He got the certified Neil Armstrongs on. Hey, yo. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. These people are paragliding this early in the morning. Are they not cold? I feel like I'm freezing right now. I must really be on Mars, and they just so happened to have air. Look how pretty it is. These colors are really popping right now. Ow, I just tripped. There's something here. Some rocks or something. Look at those people paragliding. That's so cool. I think the gods were here or something. Oh, there's the 6 people or whatever. I forgot what it's called, but it's some structure. I don't know. Look at this guy. Make sure he gets the best photo. And look at this view. I guess it's worth it. I put the head on.
She did it all.
Wow! Look how cool it
You
is!
gotta start planting potatoes out here on Mars.
Potato.
Not Dana.
Wow. The structures are crazy. Look at that one. Wait. That one's really cool. Look at that. Look at that. Wasn't that so cool? I miss it so much. I actually want to go there every day. It was like the coolest sandbox ever in the world, and it really does feel like you're on Mars. And the sand like dampens the volume, so like when you're speaking, like you just don't hear it reverberating back to you in the same way that like any other space does, I guess. It just like sucks up all the sounds, so like it just sounds crazy. But that was just really cool. Like the pictures that I have from that day, like from that whole driving there, just like these red mountains were like so cool. Like the views, like I just still can't get over the views. Like how is that real? I don't know. And then when we got to Arizona, we went to this like beautiful lake, and it was just like a lake surrounded by mountains, and the water was so clear, and you could see all these river rocks at the bottom, or like lake rocks, I guess. It was so beautiful. The water was like so smooth, and like I just swam like all day at this like lake in Arizona. It was so cool. Just like being in a lake and seeing the mountains so close. It was like ridiculous how cool it was. I was like, I'm obsessed. Like I so want to go back there one day because it was literally gorgeous. I think I took a little bit of a video from here too. I just spent like, oh my god. I just spent like 3 hours swimming in this lake that's literally surrounded by mountains. Like everywhere you look, there's some back there. Obviously all of these. Some over there. Like everywhere you look, there's more mountains. I don't understand, but it's beautiful. Wow. This is Arizona. Doesn't it look like some tropical island? And then driving the rest of the way to California, it was just something I can't describe. Like the mountains, like driving over and through mountains, I had never ever experienced anything like that. I'd been to like the mountains of like Gatlinburg, Tennessee, but like there's just something different about the mountains out here. They're so much larger, they're so big, and like we actually were driving up and through them, and I didn't even notice until like I wouldn't even notice we were driving up until we started going down, and we would cross this like crest of this mountain, and we'd be looking down, and I'd be like, what? Where are we? We're in the clouds? Like I had no idea. And like I still remember I looked out the window to my left, and it looked like the whole world was tilted. Like the whole world was at a slant. It was so crazy to see. Like I had never been on like an incline like that, to where I'm like, I'm the one that's tilted, and like the actual world is not tilted right now. I'm the one that's tilted, but it's such a big, like humongous incline that you can't tell where it ends. Like it just looked like it went on forever, that it was just like the world is just slanted from here on out. And there was another time where it was slanted like this way, to where it was like we were at like the bottom of something and it was going up, and I was just like, my eyes could not comprehend what I was seeing. It was like, oh, so like somebody karate chopped the world, a really giant hand karate chopped the world, and it broke, because that's the only explanation of how it went. It was like a flat road, and then boom, it's just an incline into the sky, into the heavens. Like I don't understand how. I still don't get it. It was like crazy. So, after all this adventure and everything seeming to be just the most magical, most crazy adventure that I loved doing ever, we finally got to California. It was super, super dope. Like, the first hour, obviously, like, you don't really see much, but then you just start seeing these mountains, and it's gorgeous, and then all of a sudden we were seeing cities, and I knew that it was, like, we're getting close to, like, Southern California, to, like, the LA area. It was so, so, so cool. And we were actually going to my boyfriend's brother's place to, like, hang out there for a few days and, like, kind of, like, you know, figure out what we're gonna do. And we were, like, maybe 20 minutes out, and I was like, I can't believe we actually made it. Like, we're in California, we're gonna make it to your brother's place. Like, we drove however many hours, I even forgot, like, probably over 24 hours to get here, and it was just, like, a crazy adventure, and we made it. Like, we're in California, we're 20, like, I kept seeing the GPS, like, when the GPS was less than an hour, I was like, this is crazy, like, we're actually gonna do it. And then it was, like, less than 20 minutes, and I was like, oh my god. And then I was like, oh my god, the van is shaking. Like, shaking bad. It sounded, well, it didn't actually sound like anything, I don't really remember hearing anything, but it definitely felt like something, right, like, popped or something. And then the van was shaking like crazy. Like, not normal shake, not road shake, like bad shake. And I immediately said something is wrong, and I just started to pull off on the first exit that I could. And I don't even know how I got to the exit, and then, because as soon as we got to the exit, I pulled off on this exit, there was a random parking lot of this industrial plant. I don't know what it was, but it was a huge parking lot, and there was lots of, like, empty space, and I just pulled in there. Luckily, it was, like, daytime. It wasn't, like, scary like nighttime, but obviously anything is scary when your van starts shaking. So I just, like, whipped it in there, and, like, somehow I found, like, a way to, like, park. I wasn't in a parking spot. I was, like, just parked, like, on the side where, like, I guess, I don't even know, like, it was just a big lot, you know, so there were, like, some empty space. And I look under the car, and she is pouring liquid. She's bleeding out in front of me, and I am so sad because I know, like, as soon as I looked under and saw, like, it, like, pouring liquid, I was like, the van's over. Like, I basically knew. I just felt like this pit in my stomach to where, like, I was like, if it is fixable, it's gonna be so expensive that it's basically, like, out of my hands now. Like, I can't pay for this. I know I can't. And so at that moment, I just started crying. I was like, it was like at this industrial plant. Like, there was, like, a man working at this, like, station where you're supposed to, like, check in before you go in. We weren't at that, like, gate yet. And he, like, came over, and I was, like, crying, and he was like, hey, do you want to just, like, move it into a parking spot? And I was like, I'll try. And then I tried to, like, drive it into a parking spot, and it just stopped going. It stopped going halfway there. Like, it was hardly going, and I tried to press the gas really hard, and I just heard woo, and it just would not go anymore. And then we were, like, halfway in the middle of everything, and so then he was like, oh, like, can you, like, back up? And I tried to reverse, and I couldn't reverse. And then he was like, well, put it in neutral, we'll push it. And so I put it in neutral, and the man who was working there and my boyfriend pushed it into the spot, and I steered it. And I looked under the car, and this is what I saw. Now, if you don't know cars, like I didn't know cars, that's the transmission. It is cracked open. I don't know. I asked, well, this is later on, but, like, obviously we got it towed to, like, a mechanic, and I asked the guys there, and they were like, I was like, how could this have happened? Like, did I hit something? And he was like, there's no way. Like, it's so high. It sits so high up inside. Like, it sits so high, like, there's no way you hit something. Unless something, like, you hit something and it flew up under. And he was like, but that, I was like, I don't think that happened. And he was like, it probably was just old. Like, it was probably just an old transmission, probably a 30-year, because I don't think anything had been replaced. I mean, like, obviously some stuff had been replaced, but I think it was the original engine and the original transmission. And it's, you know, it's a 1989, so it's almost 30 years old, and I think it just went out. It was just like, boom, I'm done. I got you guys this far, but you're going to have to take yourselves the rest of the way because I'm done. Why did you drive me all this way? Mountains, valleys, deserts. Anyways, so the transmission cracked open, and I sat, my first day in California, I sat on the sidewalk and cried about it. pretty hard for pretty long, on and off, you know. Here's me making a sad face while my beautiful truck was getting towed. We just had to be like picked up from the mechanic. We had to leave the van there. We like took some stuff in backpacks and like left it there. And then we were like, oh shit, we gotta find a place to live. Like, there goes our house and our van. And so now we gotta find a place to live. Oops. Oopsie daisy. We didn't, you know, expect this. Basically public transported around Southern California for the next few days, looking for places to live and doing the stuff that I had to do before I was able to go work at the place that I had gotten a job at. So I had to like do that too. But I mean, all of this to say, I made it. I'm here. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, there was this like incredible detail where we were gonna just like junkyard the van because we didn't know what to do, and everybody was telling us basically it's not worth anything. And then I was like, but I bought this off Facebook Marketplace, and like I was looking for like a van like this for a while. So I put it on Facebook Marketplace, describing everything that happened. Transmission is broken. It's $1K. Like, come and see it, and like maybe you'll like it. This guy said he wanted it, but he was like, I'm not gonna pay you $1K, but like, or like I think actually I listed it for like $3K or something. He was like, I'll give you $1K, and I was like, yikes, like I really need like at least a little bit of money to like put down like a deposit on an apartment and like get another car, because I'm gonna need another car to get around. And he was like, well, how about instead of that, I trade you guys for this minivan that I have. Done, check, boom, got it. Van for van, broken car for a working car, still a van, and it drives. Actually, I drive it. And so yeah, that's basically the story. And now I'm living in Southern California. It's been a dream. I love it so much, and I did do van life, so I've done it for a little bit, and I have a car that now that transmission does work. Oh my God, knock on wood, because I don't even want to think about it. I don't even want to deal with that. That's my story. I hope you like it. Please don't let this discourage you from doing van life. It was one of the best decisions that I've ever made, not only because it was a great adventure and I loved every second of it, but it was kind of like the vessel that brought me to the state that I've always wanted to live in, to pursue just making music and art, and that's what I'm doing now, and I absolutely love every second of it, and I wouldn't do anything different. I mean, maybe I would save up a little bit more money. Save up a little bit more money, because it is expensive. It is expensive to buy a van and then have the van have the most expensive repair needed ever. Yeah, that I wouldn't recommend that. But I would recommend most everything else. Buy a van, do van life, just be safe and careful, and yeah, that's basically it. I wish you the best. And I hope that this story inspires you and makes you feel less alone if you've gone through like a terrible car trouble or car loss. And every time that I say car trouble, I just want to reference the Owl City song. But I shan't. I shall refrain. That's basically it. If you want to ask any questions, I will be in the comments answering them. And if you want to know anything about living in California, I might do a video on that, on like what it was like to move from a state in the South, which is the only state that I ever like really lived in, other than like a couple of states that I lived in when I worked at like as like a camp counselor, to a completely different state. It's an incredible change, especially moving to Southern California, which is like one of the most, populated areas and most diverse, vibrant areas. And yeah, there's like a lot of things that I could say. So if you want that video, let me know. I'll probably make it anyways, because this is fun for me. Okay, love you, bye. Wow. piece of machinery. Humans made this?
Eventually.
This trailer might be dragging. No? Oh, okay.